Hi everybody, it's Sunday night coming to you from our kitchen. Everybody loved the cooking video so much of my husband cooking dinner for me. And like I said, we both love to cook. We almost fight each other over who's going to get to cook tonight. But most of the time it's him because he gets home way earlier than I do, and he starts it, he already gets it prepping and whatever. And tonight we are having one of my favorite things on the planet, which is pepper steak. So I'm gonna flip the camera around, let him tell you about it, let him tell you his process, and then moving forward, if you have any questions about cooking or questions about recipes, questions about food, put them in the comments, because we're really considering maybe doing a jump off from this for a cooking channel, and just real life shit, just real life people cooking in their kitchen, not some bougie chef telling you ingredients and things that you can't follow and can't do. So this is just real life stuff. So I'm gonna flip it around, let you tell you what he's done for tonight. Take a look.
Hey TikTok people. First I want to address some stuff that kind of came up last night about the pork tenderloin. I actually did cook that in the oven. I cooked it at 350 for, I don't know, probably 20-25 minutes, but I use a thermometer regularly, whether it be in the oven or on the grill or smoker or whatever, just to make sure it's safe eating temperature. But I actually pulled that at about 150 and let it rest for about 15 minutes, if that's something you're really into doing on slow cook. But tonight I'm going to be making a green pepper steak. It's an Asian dish. I'm going to have white rice with it, but anyway, it just got roughly chopped white onion, green bell pepper, and it's waiting, and it's actually fixing to go into the skillet. This is a London broil. I use London broil because of the marbling in it. I do a process called velveting. Velveting is when you tenderize the meat with certain ingredients, and I will get more into that later. I personally just actually looked up velveting meat, and I do it to chicken, beef, pork, especially when I'm cooking Asian dishes, because it's more traditional texture. But this is going to be a London broil with the green peppers, the white onion, and I made a green pepper sauce. And it is kind of, if I had to say, it's kind of it's a nutty, meaty flavor. If you really want to get down to the bare bones about it, I looked up the recipe and I got it on my refrigerator because Jen Sally eats it more than I would like to cook it.
True story.
But anyway, I'm fixing to start cooking the vegetables. Then I will cook the meat, and then you pour this in there and you let it cook. And because this has got cornstarch in it, so at that time it's going to make a gravy, and it's going to thicken. So we'll start the process.
All right, now he's got the onions and of course the bell peppers just going into a pan that just has a little bit of oil in it to get those cooking.
You let it cook down for a few minutes. You let them cook down for a few minutes, and you want to kind of salt them to pull out some of the moisture in them. And it also gives it a decent flavor. I always salt and pepper my vegetables while they're cooking, because it just kind of breaks the fibers down and flavors it. And always cook well, I will tell you like this. Jen Sally will tell you this. You cook it until your ancestors say, that's enough. And you don't really want to cook these all the way through, because you still want that crunch. You just kind of want where the onions are starting to be translucent. Green peppers just a little tender. But other than that, that's pretty much how I personally cook my vegetables. And this is common sense cooking, and this is how I like to cook. This is how my family likes for me to cook, so that's why I do it.
Okay, now I'm going to show you the rice. Now we just use regular white rice that's like the 5-minute instant rice. And the difference is we don't put it in water. We'll boil chicken broth and then add butter and garlic powder and parsley and all of our seasonings so that you just don't have bland white rice. Nobody wants bland white rice. I mean, I like it, but it depends on the dish. But that's all you do. Then dump the rice in there once it starts boiling. Pull it off of the heat, cover it, set it to the side. It's ready in like 5 minutes.
This is kind of what you're wanting it to look like. I mean, see how the onions are kind of starting to be a little translucent? I mean, the sugars are starting to come out in the onion, and the peppers are starting to get a little tender. So that's kind of what you're looking for. That's kind of what I'm personally looking for. So on to the next step. Now you want to make sure when you cook your meat, you want to make sure you have a little bit of oil in there. So when it hits, it's definitely going to start cooking as soon as you do it.
Yeah, definitely starts caramelizing immediately.
Exactly.
Gets a good coating.
And with the velveteen, it's going to make it super tender. I mean, really quick cooking, especially when the way you have to cut it. You really need to cut it like against the grain. That way, it's not extremely tough. And this is going to go really quick.
Alright, so we'll come back when that's done. Okay, he messed up and put the vegetables over here. So I'm eating them.
And now we just add the vegetables to the meat that's pretty close to being done. You don't want it to be all the way done. You just stir it around and get it all incorporated and let it cook together for a little bit.
Alright, we'll see y'all when it's sauce time. Just a moment.
Yep, just a few minutes. And I am cooking this almost on high. It's in between medium high and high. You want to cook it a little bit higher temperatures. That's why it cooks so fast. So basically you just pour your slurry in there, get it all over the place. And as it cooks, cornstarch is a thickener, so it'll actually start to make its own gravy.
Yeah, so if y'all want the ingredients for what the velveting, consisted of, and also the sauce, just comment below, and I'll be happy to message you and send you the ingredients.
Right, and now I do want to say that this may or may not be cooked the traditional way, but this is the way I like to cook it. So in the comments, if you say that's not the way you're supposed to do it, just know that it doesn't matter.
Just mind your business.
You're saying. This is how I cook it. This is how my family likes it. If you have negative comments, well, you can just go ahead and throw them in the trash and come up with something good to say, because we are loving people, and all the people on here are loving people. So there you go. That's
See, now, like he said, it has cornstarch in the sauce mixture, so that's a thickener, obviously. So as you let it cook, that starts to thicken up. There's oyster sauce, there's soy sauce, there's a whole bunch of different things in here, also with the velveting of the meat that you saw. So if you want those ingredients, let me know. I'm happy to send them to you in a message. Just, comment or send me a message and ask. Happy to share it with you. So we'll come back once it's all plated and show you the final result. This is my McFatty self waiting to eat.
Alright, so how I personally plate mine, I will take a good scoop of wild rice. I say wild rice, white rice with seasonings and whatnot on it. Put it on the side. Get me a generous portion pepper steak.
That's Angel singing, by the way.
Now, mind you, this is the way I cook it. It may not be traditional, it may be traditional, but it's the way we like to eat it. This is common sense food for the common people. If you don't love your food, there's no sense of cooking. But if you do cook, make sure it's for somebody that you love, because that's how you show love here in the South, is you cook for them. See ya.
Hope y'all enjoyed this video. If y'all want more cooking videos, we will absolutely do them. Like I said, my husband and I love to cook. We cook every single day. It's a very rare occasion that we actually eat out anywhere. So if you want more cooking videos from just regular ass people, let me know. And if you want all these ingredients for this recipe and a how-to, comment. Let me know. Send me a message. I'm happy to send it to you. So it's Sunday. Tomorrow's Monday. I hate to drop that bomb on you at the last part of this video, but that's the reality of it. Love y'all, and see you tomorrow for Gen X.